Hello, this is Angband, compiled for Windows. I'm running this in Windows 11. I'm using a DualSense controller to play it. I've mapped the controls in DS for Windows, so that's, uh, well, we'll cover that. This is based on Angband version 4.2.5 with a few small tweaks and modifications to make it kind of like a VGA style look. You can download it, this compiled version for Windows, off of archive.org/details/ascband. That's ASCBAND, which is sort of the name I've given this customization. The official Angband is rephial.org, rephial.org. There you can find the latest code with all the latest goodies. This is a slightly older. It's using a graphical front end whose name I have forgotten because I have, I don't know, because I've forgotten. Anyway, that was a huge peal of thunder. Here we are in the town above the dungeon of Angband with my dwarf Myrmidon warrior of level 26. There's a ring over there. That's the wrong button. I didn't mean to shoot that aimless-looking merchant. Sorry, aimless-looking merchant. I just took your gold, though. What is my button for looking around? Oh, yeah, it's select. Or it's the share button, whatever it is. Ring of protection +7. So it's been a while since I played, so I've sort of forgotten what I put my controls on and what my character had. Looks like I've got a ring of reckless attacks, which adds, what is that, 2 hit and damage, or maybe that's -2 hit, but it's plus, or is that minus armor class? It might be minus armor class, I always forget. Ring of protection +10. I guess I could, so my AC right now is 45. If I take this off, my AC goes up to 63. Whoops. Oh, you can't just like equip from there. I forget how wacky Angband's menus are. Okay. Okay, so am I ready to go down to the dungeon? Looks like yes. I have a lot of arrows. Okay, let's go. Oh, wait, what's my button for resting? Is it PlayStation button? Here we go. So here I am on floor 20 of the dungeon, 1,000 feet below the surface, below the town, and the threat level of 5. I feel nervous about this place. So that's a pretty good threat level. Got doors bursting open. It's too bad the sound effects don't include, or do they ever have a door bursting open sound? Panther. I've killed at least 4 of these creatures in the history of my lore file. They're only level 10. What the? Okay. Firehound. I can feel a furnace heat radiating from the creature. Oh, breathe fire. Blubbering icky thing. What's this thing down here, though? That's a badly hurt panther. Poor guy. Okay, so my joystick controls, I have the cardinal directions for movement mapped onto the D-pad. The game can't handle uh, diagonal input with the joystick, because it only reads one of the four directions, even if you hit a diagonal, because the diagonal on a standard D-pad, like the DualSense is actually just, it's actually composed of just the two nearest cardinal inputs. So for analogs, I've mapped those, or for diagonals, I've mapped those to the analog sticks. So if I want to hit this Firehound in the tile northwest of me, I have that mapped to up on the left analog stick is an attack to the northwest tile. And this actually came in handy because I've been playing, the reason I've been away from Angband is I've been playing another roguelike, specifically the one that just came out of Steam Early Access recently. Hang on, is my mic? I guess it's in about the right position. Caves of Cud. And I had heard people say that, or I'd read people saying on the internet that it had very robust controller support, which was a big part of the reason why I decided to plunk down money and try it out. But, oh, Panther. That's one predictable behavior of monsters in this game, is like if they're wounded, they'll run away, but then a couple turns later, they'll come back, or rounds, or whatever. And Caves of Cud, although it had official controller support, I don't want to scroll like, it couldn't do diagonals with the controller either. They'd come up with this very elaborate scheme that I found really cumbersome, which was to move anywhere, to move your little character, you had to hold, I think it was you had to hold the left analog stick in the direction in which you wanted to move. And then a little arrow would appear around your character pointing in that direction. One of the 8 directions around your character. And then I think you hit a button, I think it was like square or something, to move one tile. And you had to do that every time you wanted to move a single tile. You had to hold the direction with the left analog and then hit another button to actually to move your character one square. And it doesn't sound like much, but when you're doing it for every single square you want to move, it just becomes really cumbersome. It actually started like all my old crusty, aches and pains from years of abusing my arms leaning on drawing tables and so forth. It just flared up, and I was just not feeling good. So I had to change it, but it turned out, what is this P next to me? Hey, wait, what? Oh, that's read scroll. A blackguard. Oh. What is this other guy, though? Paladin sleeping. He slept through me murdering a blackguard right next to him. That was their default control scheme for Caves of Cud, and they actually had a bunch of other inputs that involved, like, having to hold 2 different things or hold one thing and press another thing, and it's just a huge annoying thing. I've killed one. These are all low level, though. We got a ring here. Emerald ring, okay. Oh, wait. I knew what it was immediately? How did that happen? What the heck is this thing? Oh, tome. I know, let's, can I ignore that from here? Let's see. I don't have a button for question mark for help. I guess I can't. I can... No, I have to pick it up. So I'll pick it up. Go in my inventory. Select, ignore all necromantic tomes. Okay. So yeah, Caves of Cud just had all these crazy double input controls. And I was like, man, this is ridiculous. I can't even remember which two buttons I have to press or hold one and press the other. God, I mean, the people who came up with that scheme, do they ever play any games? I mean, what the heck? Because it's not workable long term or even medium term. We got some little poodle dogs. The white wolves, close enough. So I ended up using their control scheme thing is robust enough that I was able to. Oh, you guys are not just gonna be too scared to follow me out of your little room. That I could set up my own remapping, so I got rid of a lot of the controls that they had mapped that didn't really seem necessary, and I basically implemented this up-down analog stick for diagonal movement, so then I could at least, just hit a single thing to move. Ooh, look at that. Should I enchant any of my current armor? The gloves of free action are pretty good, I suppose. They're already at +8. I don't know. Oh, let's do it. Oh, I don't think it worked. Oh, it did work. Yeah, +9. Did my torch just go out? Am I still using torches? Wait, what? Oh, my, okay. Okay. So, I mean, I guess I got Cud's controls working after completely redoing their control input. So that turned out to be all right. What button do I want here? Oh, yeah. Ooh. A zinc wand. Well, Shazam. Let's see what firing that baby up does. Oh, come on. Okay. Did that not tell me what it does, though? No, didn't. I'll have to wait for some monster to come on. The thing with Cud, though, is it just, I wasn't having fun with it. Like, it's sort of a classic style roguelike, kind of like this game, kind of like Angband, except, well, it's got a, it's got a whole, like, outdoors surface world, wilderness type map to explore, which, may sound good, but I've never played a wilderness area in a roguelike that I've enjoyed, I guess. Not that I've played tons of roguelikes, but I've played like Angband variants, whose big innovation, historically was adding overworld maps and wilderness areas and randomly generated wilderness and stuff, like Angband, I think, was one of those. And they're just never fun, and this was no exception. You're just wandering around a randomly generated junk wilderness area, and it's just not fun. And in fact, Cud has this bizarre, well, it's not bizarre, I mean, it's sort of, you can see the logic behind it, but it didn't work out into anything fun. This mechanic where if you don't have, some kind of, well, so the game has abilities, and you have to, like, as you level up, you gain points you can spend to learn abilities and all this jazz, which is great and all, I guess. But that means it's just a lot of stuff you have to mess around with constantly. And one of the abilities that you can get, I guess, is something that lets you, find your way in the wilderness. And if you don't have whatever that ability was, and of course my new character did not have that, then there's a chance for every time you move around in the wilderness, you'll lose, quote unquote, I think it was lose your way or something. And then once that has happened, you can no longer travel across the overland map. You're just wandering around in a zoomed in, single tile of the wilderness with, random wildlife and stuff attacking you. Like, I think like there were just apes or baboons who threw rocks at me. That was kind of the big feature. And that sucks, because it doesn't mean anything. There's nothing there. You're not going to find anything super cool, probably, and you're just wasting your time until the game decides that your character has found their bearings and can now travel across the overland map again. And that seemed to take forever. And it was just bad. It's just not fun. I mean, the main problem of not funness, though, was that, so the game, so you got, this overworld map, you've got towns to go to, although I only ever got to the starting town. And lots of people to talk to in the towns, and I mean, I guess the thing I like with Angband's funny because it seems sort of so obvious, the things that Angband does, that it's easy to take for granted that, in Angband, there's a dungeon. You go down through the dungeon to the bottom to get some MacGuffin, then you come back up to the top. There's a town, at least that's what people tell me. I've never got to the bottom. There's a town on top where you can get gear, sell gear, whatever. And that's about it. And then, in the dungeon, there's monsters of increasing difficulty to fight. There's lots of loot to use and equip yourself with and all sorts of stuff. And that's about it, right? But, I mean, that's all I need. I just want a sort of fun adventure and bonking monsters on the head. But, Caves of Cud, it seems to think that it'll be more fun for the player if you have to spend all your time wandering around and talking to NPCs, and some of them will finally give you some little fetch quest mission, like I had to go rip 200 feet of wire out of some tiny little dungeon off in the wilderness. They think that's going to pull people into the game. This is like the second newbie mission you get. It's like, man, and it wasn't fun. And in that dungeon, I had to spend, it felt like I had to spend all this time there. The monsters were mostly just these, like, plants on the walls, like, along like this wall here, there'd just be all these weird looking plants. And you just had to hit them all, because otherwise they would somehow hit you. And it was the lamest possible. Oh no. The lamest by 4 friggin' stairs of slow monster. The lamest possible monsters. There were other monsters that weren't that lame, but there were a lot of, like, there's plants growing, like, on the floor of the dungeon in places, and sometimes you can't get around them, and they'll just, like, stab you, and you'll start bleeding, and it's like the plant wasn't an enemy. It was just there, but, you started bleeding, so that's fun. There's just all this stuff in it that's just there for the sake of what? Making the game feel complicated, but it doesn't add up to fun as far as I was concerned. Jeez, more staves. Staff of Curing. There was this kind of hilarious bit in CUD where, this is like straight out of the tutorial. I'm in this starting town, and there's like a marshal, or I forget the exact name. That was another thing, like the writing was, it invented its own, like, science fiction jargon. So it's like, I don't know. It's like the writers thought they were Shakespeare, and, we're inventing our own English dialect that's fresh and new, but it's just made everything hard to read. It wasn't Shakespeare, let me tell you. So yeah, anyway, whatever the equivalent of like a town marshal was or whatever, and they their AI just kind of snapped and they started attacking all the other townsfolk. Like I was trying to talk to one person to get a mission, and this marshal just starts killing everybody around me. They weren't attacking me, so it's just like, okay, you guys have your own little local affair here. It's just the marshal kills everybody and then goes back to standing, across the street. For whatever reason, they decide to stand there, and it's like, okay, that was kind of funny. Okay, so do I have another staff that I don't know what that does? Let's fire that baby up. Whoa, whoa. Oh yeah, Staff of Starlight. I think we can drop that. I could probably put a Staff of Starlight on Ignore, really, but yeah, let's put Staves of Starlight on Ignore. That'll make me feel better for some reason. Whoops. And like Caves of Cut has an auto explorer function, right? So you had to hit a combination of inputs. I forget what they were. I think it was like square plus, what the heck was it? It was like L1 plus square. I don't know, who knows. And then your character would just sort of rampage around the area for you. You didn't have to do the movements and stuff. It would just go everywhere that you hadn't looked at yet. But it's like when a game has an auto explorer, I find that just seems to mean that it's not very fun to navigate yourself. And in fact, it wasn't that fun. Because like oh man, so I'm afraid and poisoned. He's almost dead, okay. Oh man, see I can shoot my bow while I'm scared, so I'm just shooting arrows point blank at these guys. Ogres are only level 13. A beaked axe. Like what was that other old school? Oh man, more ogres though. That other old school roguelike that has auto explore that I played for a while. And it's relatively popular actually. Well, it's somewhere in this playlist that this video is in. I forget which one it was. But that one had maps that were no fun to navigate either. But you could auto-explore and, you kind of had to, because, wow, cool. I haven't tried that wand on anybody. But see, I like exploring the levels in Angband, and they're easy enough to navigate that it doesn't feel like a chore. I don't know, I think if you're thinking that you need to add auto explore to your game, then I think maybe you should instead first think about how do we make it fun to explore for the player. Because once you put in auto export, then the player isn't really playing, they're just hitting a macro and letting the game play itself. I mean, exploration should be a big part. To me, exploration should be a big part of a dungeon crawler. And I don't know, if you're letting the game do the exploration for you, then you're just playing like a, what do they call games where you just clicking a button, just a clicker or whatever, or an auto battler or something. Because actually, Oh man, it was on the tip of my tongue. Whatever that other game was, and I think CUD might have had some game button like this too that I didn't use. There's just a button to like auto attack nearby enemies in that other game. Oh man, it was on the tip of my tongue again. Oh, this is gonna bother me. So you would just toggle, you would just hammer, like when I wanted to get through a dungeon I didn't like, I would just hammer auto explore. Wand of Hold Monster. Ooh. That could be good. I forgot I had a Rod of Curing. I don't know, let's get it, I guess. Too many wands. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm glad that Angband, for whatever reason, I enjoy the exploration. I enjoy the silly fighting, and it just works for me. Whereas, like the maps, the tunnels and corridors you had to go through in these tiny little bite-sized dungeons you would encounter, and good. Yes, they were just the most squiggly, weird, pointless feeling layouts. Like, of course, there's no particular purpose you sense for these sort of tunnels and rooms that you come across in Angband levels, but at least they feel like, you know, they're sort of like rooms and tunnels you might find somewhere for some reason. I have Wands of Confused Monster. That's only got 4 charges. Blood Falcon. Hey! If I zap something down there. Oh, I can't just... Oh, can I? No, I have to be wearing it. Ball of Lightning. Why am I carrying that around anyway? Of course, I can't really tell what that did because that was not too bright. Orb of Draining. Did he just drain my dex? My dex is drained. But maybe it was already, I don't know. Oh, that's right, I'm using a crossbow, not a bow. Okay, let's drop this ring. Well, not here. There, Caves of Cut isn't public domain or open source, but they do have a bug tracker website where you can report bugs and stuff. And that was another thing. The game is very buggy. Like I'd just gotten out of having to worry about reporting bugs for Angband by making myself this build of slightly out of date code, so I don't have anybody to report bugs in it to because they've probably been fixed in the real Angband, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. But it's CUD, there were just bugs all over the place, bugs in the tutorial. I managed to kind of hose myself by finding a bug in the tutorial where I skipped an entire important chunk of the tutorial, so I ended up not knowing how to feed myself. And I was just like starving to death in the first newbie mission dungeon because I didn't know that even though the game has this food mechanic, kind of like Angband, where you get hungry, in CUD you get hungry real fast. Your character's always hungry, it seemed like, and there was just, I couldn't find real food anywhere, so I was going around like attacking these plants in the dungeon and just like, trying to survive on these apparently not very satisfying plant stems and stuff, and I think they were making my character hallucinate and go crazy, and it's just like, this sucks. And I finally found out by Googling that in that game, you're actually meant to feed yourself by using a make camp command, and then from one that makes a little campfire next to your character, and then when you're sitting at the campfire, there's just a like cook meal command where you just get free food. It basically just generates free food. It's bizarre. Like, why have that? Why have a hunger mechanic at all then? But what that doesn't satisfy is in Caves of Cud is there's also a thirst property your character has, and your character is constantly getting thirsty. And this is like a post-apocalyptic scenario, like some kind of Mad Max type thing where there's like very little fresh water around. There's lots of salt water, but no fresh water. So I couldn't find water. So this, in my second session, I think, kind of coming close to dying of thirst constantly. And I had to Google for that finally. And finally I realized that, well, what you're supposed to do is just, why isn't my auto rest working? Oh, okay. You see there's all these NPCs in towns and stuff to talk to. And you can trade with every single character. Every single character has a trading option, which is sort of cumbersome in itself. Zombified Google. Did I just walk through a trap? I sure did. And so what you have to do, it turns out, to get water, like the opening town is a town of like these water plant farmers. So I was like, oh great, well I can just like, just chop down one of these water plants and just, get water from that, right? Nope. No, you can't. So I'm dying of thirst in this town, and finally I Google and realize, oh, so you just make a trade with another character, and you give them a bunch of your junk, and then you don't select any of their items, so they owe you, for the junk that they're for some reason buying off you, and they pay you that unrealized trade value. They pay you that in water. So that's how you're supposed to get water. It's just so goofy. But yeah, there were bugs all over, and it's just like, man, I'm not having too much fun with this, and having to waste all my playtime tracking bugs, and that's just it was rough. Maybe I'll try it again in 5 years or something, but it just wasn't very fun. Like it's just a bunch of like busy work fetch quest missions and tiny little towns and tiny little one-floor dungeons in boring wilderness. This is what am I here for? Disable traps. Oh, I still haven't tried that wand on anything. Okay, you're gonna get wanded. Shoot. And I did put in some suggestions to their bug database too. Like I suggested having a menu like this where you can pick commands and use commands from a menu instead of having to have them bound to a key, because trying to use controller input in Caves of Cud, you didn't have a command menu like this, so you had to have every single vital command bound to some key, which is probably why they felt compelled to double math things with double controls and stuff. But I suggested, you could just have an in-game menu where you can pick commands so you don't have to have everything mapped. Take a look at Angband sometime. And they accepted that suggestion, so maybe someday they'll put something like that in there. What was I coming in here to do anyway? I should stop babbling about Caves of Cud. Now I forget. Was it something to do with the wand? Oh heck, I forget. Oh yeah, I was gonna look and see if that told me anything when I fired the wand. Doesn't look like it. Well, I could use a identify rune scroll on, or wait, no, you can't use identify rune scrolls on wands, can you? No. You used to be able to use when they were called something different back in the day. So I'm going to fire it at this door. No. I could try, oh, a door into a closet. I could try firing it at a trap. Keep hitting the wrong button for... Yeah, I should probably go back to that trap and try the wand on it. Just killed some illusionist guy. Oh no, it's another tome. Wow, good web weaving. I got poisoned. Into the shadows, okay. Let's ignore you. What is this? Oh. What else can I complain about with Caves of Good? Oh, I don't know. I mean, you know, it seemed like it had a lot of stuff in it. It just wasn't stuff that I seemed to find fun. I don't know why getting thirsty constantly is supposed to be fun. So you have to carry around all these, like, water flasks with you wherever you go. I don't know. What? Golfimbul, the Hill Orc Chief. Have I ever met Golfimbul before in a run of Angbands? Only level 12. He picks on hobbits. Don't you pick on hobbits? I'm a dwarf, but, you know, I'm still offended. Soft leather armor, 8+3. I don't know, get all that stuff. I'll get both of them. Jeez, that guy had a lot of loot. Oh man, I'm full up too. Okay. I thought I had 5 scrolls of identify rune. How did I misread that? Oh, well, let's read one. Rune of Slay Dragons. Wait, where did it go? What the heck? I thought it was a tall war I just identified. Oh, well, so one thing it does is slay dragons. 29.6 damage versus others, whereas my whip is currently doing 52 damage. Okay, well, let's identify another rune on it. Tall War of Slay Dragon. Resistance to cold. +1 Constitution. It's kind of cool, but not really. It's not doing the damage I need, except against dragons. So I guess I can drop that. So that armor... Oh, my armor's better than that, so we can drop that. That's the button. Rune of Slay Evil Creatures. Oh, it's got more stuff on it. That guy had, like, these pretty I mean, he was, like, not that high level, but he had all these... I guess he was level 20. And he had 2 pretty beefy magic weapons. Plus 2 wisdom, slays undead, demons, evil creatures. Wow. Protection from fear. Sustains wisdom. Jeez. I wonder if this qualifies as a... What do they call things that aren't artifacts? But they're still kind of cool. Gosh. Well, whatever those are. It's 38.5 versus non-evil things. So that's interesting. It does... It's not really triple damage or anything, is it? What is it, though? Why does it do more versus undead and demons than against evil creatures? Weird. And it's still got another property I have yet to learn. I'm out of identify scrolls, or identify rune scrolls. That's right, they used to just be called identify scrolls. Oh well. Those were the days, I tell you what. I mean, it's not like you can't go back and play those old versions of Angband if you really want to. So wait, did I try this on the trap yet? Maybe I didn't. This wand. I forget. Oh yeah, I did it. Well, it's out of charges now, and anyway, I have other thing of disabled traps, so that can... Oh, I do have a drop shortcut button for... Why was that? Was it because I needed the D button for something? Maybe it was. What do my notes say? Why do I have a drop button mapped? Because you can just select an item and pick drop from the... So maybe I don't actually need drop map to anything. That means I could have something else. I have a feeling that I did need it for some reason, though. Oh. Maybe you need it in a store. That's probably what it was. You had to give stuff to stores. Yeah. Alright, so... Oh, wait. I can't drop that. What was I going to drop? Oh, the wand. There you go. Ah, heck. Oh, he stole a potion of speed. That friggin' brigand. Why did I just pronounce brigand? Fine. I just did it again. Brigand? What am I trying to say? I don't know. Anyway, I want my potion of speed back, you dirty brigand. I guess brigand's right. Shoot, I'm never gonna find that guy. I forgot that brigands were thieves. I guess the closest thing Angband has to auto-explore is the run option that'll take corners for you. Ring of the dog. Rings of the dog just... They don't really do anything, right? I forget. Protection from fear. -2 stealth. Destroyed by lightning. I still don't understand what inspect does. Like, I think somebody told me or I read like you need it to look at artifacts or something, but I haven't found that to actually tell me anything more about artifacts. Like, what about this thing? Now it's the exact same screen, so maybe it used to do something meaningful, but it doesn't really seem to now. I don't know. Giant black louse. What's that question mark business? Maybe I imagined that. Wait, what was my look around key? Go left side of the touchpad. Actually, it was funny in Caves of Cud, you could try to map the touchpad on the DualSense, but it didn't actually work once you had mapped it to something. And also, although the DualSense touchpad has like 3 different touch zones, at least maybe 4, no, maybe just 3. You can only use the overall pad. Oh, cool, get those. I could use one of those right now. See invisible, dang. And it's still got more? Whoa. This thing's nuts. Let's keep it going. Holy Avenger. So I've heard people talk about Holy Avenger things as being cool. Combat bonuses for Holy Casters. Oh. I don't think I'm a Holy Caster. Yeah, anyway, for me, it's not that super cool. See, invisible's handy. But not worth carrying a thing around for. So I guess we're going to drop that. Thanks, Golfimbul, or whatever your name was. You had an interesting axe. I don't know if you could dig tunnels in Cud. Maybe you could. Well, I couldn't have because I didn't have an action button mapped to it as far as I know. I think. Oh, they're only level 3. They don't do any. They electrify. That's not so bad. A metal cap. 3+4. But it doesn't have any special properties. Whereas I've got a hard leather cap of wisdom, which I don't really need wisdom, but it makes me feel good. Also, Ket had these very complicated maps where you could like drag puddles of water behind you after you got out of a, well, it had little bodies of water in the dungeon. You would leave watery footsteps behind or bloody footsteps behind. All this stuff complicated wise going on in the maps, but it was all really hard to read and kind of hard to see. Just kind of garishly colored. I don't know. And it didn't really mean anything. Like the bloody footsteps had no, as far as I could tell, no gameplay purpose of any kind. Oh, maybe that's the guy he slung a pebble but missed. Maybe that's the jerk who took my potion of speed. Kind of looks like it was. Dang, that guy was loaded. Yep, there's the potion of speed. Probably a bunch of... Oh, yeah, because I did have 5 scrolls of identify runes, so he probably took those. And a bunch of dough. Man, that guy was just picking me dry. Oops. Like in CUD, I guess they did have, like, go up and go down commands, kind of. But I had to have those mapped to individual keys because there was no, like, menu like this. Although now I don't remember how. Oh, there we go. I still haven't figured out what this wand does. Oh, no, I did figure out what it does. Yeah, disabled traps. Catch up, Goofus. Hey, I'll take free money. Uh-oh. Cave works. Yellow mold, level 3. Oh man, an unknown scroll. I can't identify that, can I now? Well, that's an interesting Warhammer. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Only 20 damage per round, though. So I guess ultimately it's just a shame that more people probably just don't know about Angband or write it off because it doesn't look slick enough or something. Man, more unknown stuff. Giant brown bat. Like I thought about, I don't think I could put this compiled. Will those do? I don't think I want that. This compiled version of Angband, I don't think Steam would accept it. Anyways, I mean, Steam's commercial anyway. Oh, you can put stuff up there that's free, at least people do, but, yeah, I think there would be, like, a copyright issue would be a thing, maybe, or at least I would feel like it would be. I could probably put it on itch, but I don't know if that many people would see it on itch anyway. Don't be shy, guys. Oh, hey. So I guess I'll just leave it as a archive.org exclusive. I mean, it's also on my site, my web webcomic site, but nobody's gonna really come across it in my news archive there. Or no, it's on my game notes site, but I don't know if anybody reads my game notes site. It's more for my own benefit than anything, because, I don't know, I find that, like with my webcomic, you just gotta make stuff that you like. Just make it for yourself, and you just kind of, you know, other people might dig it too, but if you're making creative stuff and you're not doing it for yourself, it's just gonna be empty. Scroll of holy chant. I mean, sure, let's just do some holy chanting. Right on. I use my game notes site all the time, because otherwise I have to write everything down, otherwise I forget. There's a lot of stuff to remember about Angband and all the crazy old versions of Angband I played. But man, another unknown scroll. That was a scroll mimic? And it looked slightly different. Its dithering was slightly different. Wow. Oh, wait, did that even say... That'd be hilarious. I didn't notice it, but... Oh, yeah. I was thinking maybe the name was like Mick or something, but no, it was IDCOM. Is that backwards for... I don't think that's backwards for anything. I don't think I've seen a scroll mimic before. That's hilarious. Wait, let me see. Let's see, what would that... Is there a mimic section? There we go. Oh, I've seen one before that one. Level 21. Oh, it's still alive. I thought it was an actual scroll now. Did it poison me? Oh, so this is the third one I've run into. Oh, it doesn't move. It can summon monsters. Did it summon another one? That doesn't make sense. It can poison. Wow, that's funky. I wonder if they're always blue like that. Can I not run because I'm poisoned? What's going on here? I'm gonna use my rod of curing. Oh, come on. What? What? No. Success rate is 32%. I don't know. Wow, I'm getting really unlucky. Hey. Okay, now let's rest. There we go. It's been kind of a trippy floor so far. Like, I guess Caves of Gut ultimately gave me more appreciation for Angband, but I was hardly getting that anyway, because I've been looking for other roguelikes, and I can't find anything that does what seems so obvious that in my mind they should do, like Angband does. What the heck? It's a spotted jelly. That's a cool looking little sprite, but it just messed me up. Level 12, shoots acid. Oh wait, I can only see it from this far away. My armor got damaged multiple times. Boots got damaged. Jeepers. Bring it on, clear hounds, whatever clear hounds do. Are they just hard to see? Hard to see canines? Go away, I'm trying to dig a tunnel. So ultimately, I guess I wish I hadn't had to spend 20 bucks or whatever it was on code to find out that I don't really like it. But like an old friend of mine who's a longtime gamer and who's I kind of consider as having good taste. Basically, when I told him I play Angband, he kind of laughed a little, gently. He said, "Oh yeah, I used to play that when I was waiting for like the server in the mud that I used to play." And he recommended trying Caves of Cut. My mustard yellow potion was destroyed. No, I don't know what it was. A werewolf in a cold vortex. Dang. Werewolf's level 20, huh? Huge wolf with eyes that glow with manly intelligence. Manly? I don't know if that's quite the right adjective to use. Dang it. Manly intelligence, huh? Ring of accuracy. So anyway, I guess there's stuff people like about Caves of Cut. It's not my thing. Which is fine. Maybe someday there will be some other roguelike that I end up liking. But I haven't found one yet. Besides Angband, I mean. Oops. Wrong diagonals. There's your whip. Like, I think maybe it is, maybe Angband's, it is just kind of too straightforward and too just obviously doing the things that you would want a game to do that people kind of take it for granted. I guess that was what I was doing. And you keep looking for something that's like, cooler or whatever that would mean. And all these cool ones, like the cool stuff is just annoying. Like people praise the writing in CUD, but And that was definitely not my thing as far as the writing went. And people seem to like the gameplay, and good. Maybe I just didn't get to the cool part, but I guess I'm just a little impatient. I want the coolness to be there from the beginning. Oh, what? And I ain't gonna sit around for 10 hours for a game to quote unquote get good. But I don't think it, I think it's just not my thing, so yeah, whatever. Level 2, Terrify. That's a hilarious looking sprite. Forest Troll. I've been given a graze from a forest troll. A bunch of trolls. Iron Helm 7+1. Oh, that's, you know. It doesn't give me wisdom. Oh man, my cap of wisdom is pretty toasted though. Yeah, maybe I'll just get this Iron Helm. I forget if wisdom, like, let's see. So, maybe this isn't what I wanted to look at. Like my ability with the Rod of Curing was 32.6% success rate. If I take off this Wisdom cap +2, that didn't change that, so that's just intelligence, I think. You get a sword drawing sound for putting on a helmet. More forest trolls. But yeah, I mean, it's just easy to take Angband for granted, I guess, and it must be like way harder to make a game like this than it kind of looks like, because they look so, you know, quote unquote simple. But just nobody does it better as far as I can see. So thumbs up to everybody who's worked on Angband. Oh no, I left a little tiny spot unexplored in this last room. Can't have that. There was an axe in it. A lucerne hammer, 2d5. I might never have known that was there. On danger level 4. So my inventory is actually not very full, relatively speaking. 2 rods of light? What? Why do I have any rods of light? Wait, does a rod of light, that's just like a laser? Oh yeah, it's because you can shoot them like laser beams, which is always fun and sometimes slightly useful. I guess that's why I have what? Oh no. Not this again. Come on. Wait, what? That button. My staff of detect invisible. That's probably for the best. Actually, probably isn't, but anyway, it frees up a slot in my inventory. Oh, probably, what was that guy? A rogue. Dang. Another stag beetle. Go back to your stag party. Uh-oh. 2+4 leather cat. That's pretty good little bonus there. Hard leather armor 16. But the -1 is like, is that to accuracy? I don't know if that's... So... Wait, is that in there twice? Because there's... I don't know. It's just capitalized. I thought it wasn't before. So my 2-hit is 67 plus 10. If I put this on, that's 67 plus 9. So yeah, that's 2-hit drops by 1. Which, you know, is probably worth it, I suppose. Given that it improved my AC by 8. Well, not really, because I had +2, so improved it by 6. I don't know, I don't like having a -1. Every time I'd miss, I would feel like, oh, I shouldn't have been wearing that -1 armor. Maybe it'll be like Dark Souls where armor is just a style thing. Oh, potion of boldness, yeah, let's get it and chug it. I love chugging potions, except when they're unknown and you end up poisoning yourself. But my unknown potion got friggin' busted. Dang it. Did I not pick that potion? Oh no, there it is. I'm a bold dwarf. I boldly drank the potion of boldness. Human skeleton, no. And this dwarf is really good at spotting traps, or does everybody do that? He's just always on the ball. Seems like. Maybe, I don't know. What? Who's unaffecting my... What shot acid? It couldn't have been a werewolf, could it? No. Something on the other side of the werewolf? It's not a cold vortex or a water vortex, I don't think. Damaged by water? Oh, the water vortex breathes acid? Oh, that sucks. Breathe acid and shoot acid. It's just all over my gloves, man. I guess, like, they didn't have a high inherent armor value anyway, probably, so maybe it didn't really matter that much. What the soft twang in me in a ruck? That's like an orc type deal. A cunning orc of power, as tall as a man and stronger, it fears little. Well, maybe it should learn fear, because I can kick its ruck lumpus. Yeah, it's okay. Hey! Shoot. What the heck is going on here? These Uruks are nutty. I don't know what that was. What was the big bong? What bonged? Sasquatch. Oh. Ooh. Amulet of Infravision. Oh, heck. Tengu. No, I hate Tengu. Is that a Tengu? Yes. That was just one Tengu. Hopefully there's not a whole swarm of them like I ran into a while back. Ugh. Dark Dwarven Lord. I've killed one before, level 20. Produce frost bolts. Blind, confuse, haste, self, create darkness. This guy's full of tricks. He had a bunch of loot, too. Jeepers. Freaking the dog. Oh, there's my staff of detect invisible. Okay. Scrolls of face door. Arg! Oh, I thought I got blinked. I can't even pick up these bolts anymore. What the heck? Oh, because those were taking up extra. Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, I gotta figure out if I want it. Oh no, staff is summoning. Arg. Freaking ogre shaman. What? I have an amulet of resist lightning. I mean, I'm a dwarf, so I have infravision. At 50 feet, if I put on the amulet, it gives me 10 more feet. That's not really worth it, I guess. else? Staff of summoning I definitely do not need. Oh, I should have ignored it. Probably. Maybe Hold Monster wasn't actually very good. I don't know, let's drop it. Two rods of light and a rod of disabled traps. Oh. So what is my whip? My whip is 5 plus 5. Well, let's enchant it more, why not? Sweet. 6 plus 5. So it's going to start adding up to, yeah, another slot taken up by Quiver, which I never really wanted to do. But you can't, actually can't get, I don't have a button for pipe to get to my Quiver. I guess I could just shoot the bow aimlessly. Like with, oh well. Didn't I have a way to get to my Quiver? Shoot. Maybe I didn't. Oh wait, unless... Yeah, there you go. Oh, I still have arrows in there. I've been picking up arrows? Or did I never dump all my arrows? That was silly, oh my gosh. Okay. Let's drop those babies. Okay, that makes more sense. Jeez. I've been wasting 2 inventory slots on a horde of arrows all this time. What a dope. I kind of forgot that the Quiver takes actual inventory slots away from regular stuff. Hard to see blue dragon bat. Pretty lightning. Arg. Arg. Wow, it destroyed a staff? Jeez. Ew. Ring of resist fire and cold. He just hide in the corner. Arg. Cornered myself. Oh man, I got beat up by all those rascally... Well, I'm a... Anyway, I got beat up by those guys. Detect invisible, total war, staff of light. Okay. Whoops. Ruinous summon foe. How about no thank you? Homunculus. Oh shit, you hit by something sharp. What's a P? A black guard doesn't have a sprite. These newfangled black guards. Orc archer. What? What the heck was... What did I just hit? Something. Something invisible. Oh, what does this Sip of Miruvor do? Fresh hope and vigor. Feeds you for 300 turns. Hey, I'm kind of hungry. Oh, only 3%. Restores your strength and restores your constitution. I use them to restore my dex. Or I just need to go up. I haven't been getting much XP from all these low-level chumps. Why are they all so low-level anyway? I'm on level, well, I'm on level 22, and I'm a level 26. I guess I'm not going down fast enough. Potions of True Seeing are kind of cool. I guess I'm just gonna chug it. Get it and chug it. Oh no. What was that music? Wait, what did I just hit? Oh. My throat just made a weird noise that I'm not fond of. Release spores in me. I feel very sickly. Hopefully I'm feeling better now. An iron golem? Hey, gosh. Level 22. Can slow. You jerks. Shooting at me past your iron golem. Another one. Dang, is that a cold vortex? Uh-oh, they got around back of me. Oh, it's a water spirit. This guy's holding out on his last asterisk of health. Shield bash. I guess it's kind of funny that Angband never had like a two-handed option, not using a shield type of deal. Why is am I crazy or is my menu bigger now? Whoa. Gold pieces and garnets. Like, I didn't think it was showing this much stuff before, but I think I'm just going crazy. It wasn't. How did I make it bigger? That's wacky. I hit some button, but... I don't know. I feel like I'm going insane. Maybe I'm just imagining it. One reason why I'm using this very slightly older Angband code is that this front end with the kind of relatively slick single window setup got overhauled fairly recently, and it kind of came out less elegant looking to my mind. So I've gone back to the point before that got overhauled. And it got some bugs in the overhaul. It had probably been fixed by now, but I don't know, I was getting kind of, it was taking a while to track and report all the various bugs with the overhauled front end. And they were just sort of irritating to have to deal with. I guess it's one of those cases where you kind of felt like the person who had originally implemented this front end kind of had a better feel for the whole point of it. And so when somebody else tried to overhaul it, it just didn't feel like it. It kind of had the same inspiration behind it. It's just a little clunkier, just a tiny bit clunkier and less attractive. Oh, there's a fun little room. That's another thing with CUD. Part of the busyness of the graphics was that whenever you moved, it was constantly updating these visual sort of cast shadows around corners of walls and stuff, sort of showing your fog of war. Maybe it was light from some light source you had, I don't know. But anyway, it was kind of distracting, and the graphics were constantly shifting. The tile graphics were constantly shifting and blinking around because of that. And I had turned all the like flashy combat effects and stuff off, but there was still stuff like that was just a little distracting and not very attractive. Just very busy. Uh-oh. Did I already run out of gas for my... Also, I'm hungry. Wow, I did run out of fuel for my lantern. That seems fast. 7,500 turns went by that fast. What's that sound? Sunday service. Yeah, my menu doubled in size. How did I do that? I don't know, it's cool, but I wish I knew how I did that. This has been a really intricate floor. Okay. Is that it? I think that's about it. Oh wait, this tiny little spot here, there. So stairway down over there. Threat level 5, floor 23. Think. Yep, it's almost bedtime, so let's read a scroll of recall. Not that I really have a full inventory, but I guess I kind of want to. Kaboom. What is that gaily comparison, gentlemen? Aimless looking merchant. I guess I kind of want to figure out what this scroll is. It's really the only thing I have to unload. And I don't remember what store it is. Oh, that's my home. That's okay. Was I gonna leave anything here? No. Scroll of teleportation. Wow, I hadn't even got any scrolls of teleportation yet. They're just kind of like longer range phase doors, right? Oh yeah, I don't have numbers. So what I do here, I can buy 5 at a time. I guess I can buy max 40. Well, yeah, so if I hit right on the D-pad, I can type a 5 because I assigned that to 5, so I can do that. So I bought 40. Now I have one extra one. So if I manually, whoops, oh wait, why am I drifting? Did I pick up stick drift? If I manually fire a bolt that way. Wait, I fired a bolt in the opposite direction, so the dog and cat started attacking me? Well, nuts to you guys. But I think now I'm not wasting an inventory slot. Oh, gosh. Got word of recall taken care of. See, now there's metal scale mail with 38 AC that only has -2 to hit. This would be a much handier upgrade. Wow, that weighs 25 pounds. So, like, I was looking at this earlier. Oh, so I'm 22 pounds underweight now. I would be overweight if I put that armor on, even considering the weight of my leather. Oh no, my leather's 8 pounds. Wow. Anyway, I'm not going to get that scale mail. I have 27k gold. What am I going to buy? Leather scale versus gold 20 plus 6. Gloves of free action 1 plus 2, whereas mine are 1 plus 6. So yeah, I guess they weren't really getting damaged anymore by the acid anyway, because they're only but they could get reduced to 0 armor, couldn't they? I don't know. There's boots of free action. Oh, I should probably get those. Because I might find better gloves that don't have free action at some point. Let's just pick these up and put them in my house. I like that coin scattering sound effect. I always forget what every store is. Wand of light. Whoa, what do you guys want? Okay, don't need to... Well... Yeah, I don't really need to be keeping those. Oh, well. Ah, guys. Elvish whey bread. Cures poison even. And heals. That's amazing. That stuff's kind of cool. Maybe I should just start stocking up on that and keep it in my house. It keeps its tastiness for months. And each one only weighs 0.3 pounds. Let's get it. Good chain. Ring of Slaying, wow. 12 plus 2. Where's this Ring of Reckless Attacks? Doesn't really say what it does, which is always confusing me. But I think that's just adding to my 2 hidden damage. Although I do like the damage. This Ring of Slaying only adds plus 2 damage, which is not as cool as plus 5, even though that does do minus 18 to my 2 hit. But the way it multiplies with my fast attacking whip. It makes a big difference. I guess I won't get that. Holy cow, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's super expensive too. Oh man, that's by far the most expensive thing in town. Cannot be harmed by acid. Wow. Resistance to acid, lightning, fire, and cold. I want it, but I so can't afford it. Oh man. That's awesome. 20 rounded pebbles of slay animal. 9 plus 9. Wow. Jeez, I wish I had the dough for that piece of armor. Plus 16. And all those resists. Dang it. Maybe it'll stay there until I earn the dough. Probably not. Oh well. I guess that's about it for now. I'm surrounded by a gang of street urchins with their gangly arms and their red single shoulder patches. Anyway, thanks for watching. Yeah, Angband, it's just fun. You just go through a dungeon and bonk monsters and explore. Doesn't have all that complicated learning abilities and searching for water and stripping wire and who knows what else. You just bonk monsters. That's what I like doing. I'm a simple tone. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh wait, my con's drained now too? Dang it. This has been a long, very slow going on the level front because I'm kind of over leveled for where I am. Arg. Oh well. Anyway, someday we'll level up. Bye-bye. Oh, well, didn't I have that Sip of Miruvor that can restore... Didn't that restore strength and constitution? Oh, did somebody just steal from me? Am I gonna have to murder all of you guys? Somebody tried to touch my money pouch. You guys are dead. Don't go for my money pouch. What did I do with my Sip of Miruvor? Did that get swiped? Well, it's gone. Shoot. Well, I think I got jacked, or I just did something really dumb and dropped it. You're just a merchant, right? Are there any other... That's a cat. That cat wouldn't steal it. Wait, what are you? Blubbering idiot? Probably. Pitiful looking beggar. They're not even begging me. Ah. Oh, you're a merchant. Come on, where are these kids? These thieving kids. Thought I saw something blink up there. Oh, it's just rock. What do we got here? Filthy street urchin. We're going down. Well, the squint-eyed rogue. Where'd the other guy go? Alright, well, I don't know what happened to my Sip of Miruvor. I'm just murdering suspicious-looking people in town. In case they took it, but Ooh, ooh, where'd you go? Oh, come on, where'd he go? How did he disappear? What the heck? I saw him. I saw him in his gangly arms. Dang. Shoot. Well, I don't know. Don't know where my sip was. Maybe I accidentally quaffed it. Okay, well, dang. Okay, bye.